Welcome back to another episode, guys. Today we're going to talk about the Tech Solutions Arctic Breeze Personal Neck Fan. Now you can find this at Five Below. That's actually where I purchased it. Of course, you can get it online, but it's easily accessible at Five Below for the total price of $10 before taxes. So what we're going to do is open this bad boy up, take a look at it together, and see what comes inside the box. Now, I have to say, this is a pretty interesting looking device, first off. Like I said, I got this at Five Below for the $10. They have it more so in that $10 section at Five Below. Depending what section of, let me rephrase that. Depending on what Five Below you go to, the one I go to in Philadelphia is a little bit different than some of the others, whereas an actual section catered to products that are $10 or $7 and up, basically, whereas some product can go up to $25. And they sell weights amongst other things there. I just happened to see this, so I figured let me go ahead and take a look at it, and if it's any good, give it to my wife. So as you can see, it is a flexible fan. You can stay cool for up to 1 hour, which charge time should definitely be better. Not charge times. The use time should definitely be more than 1 hour, at least 2 to 3, 4 hours. It's a fan after all, but you know, you get what you get. 3 fan speeds, lightweight and wearable, USB charge, probably micro USB. We'll take a look at that in a second. And hands-free cooling, meaning it's going to sit on your neck like the old headsets used to, and you just have it on. So hopefully when you put this on your neck, it doesn't actually cause your neck to sweat. So what we have right here is the headset. Let me see if I can have a charger along with this thing. Yep, it is a charger. It's looking like micro USB. Yes, it is. This is a micro USB charger like it normally is in most of these Five Below products, but that's fine because this is a fan charger. It comes inside the plastic that you can see right here. Not plastic, but this bubble wrap. So not only will you get a $10 fan, you also get to pop some bubble wrap. I know some people like that. So here is the fan right here. And like I said, it is adjustable where you bend it for bigger necks. I don't know whose neck is that big, Jesus Christ. But if you bend it, you can open it up for the neck, close it a little bit. It's adjustable, put it that way. It's an adjustable fan that sits on your neck. Right here, you have the micro USB where the charger goes right here. This looks like probably the power button. I'm going to go ahead and test it out, of course. And I'm just looking to see if there are any other physical buttons. I don't see any. So what basically happens is when you hit the power button, it's probably you tap it 3 times to change the speeds. That's just what I think off the top of my head. I could be wrong, but we're going to test that together. Also, if you look inside, it says the right and the left side. So you know exactly how to put it on, because the way it's shaped, I would say that, okay, and the way the button is, the left side is where the actual button is. So if I go ahead and press that, that's the first setting of the fan. Press it again. Second setting. Press it again. Third setting. And tap it again. It goes off. So pretty cool looking fan. What I'm going to go ahead and do is put it on right now for you guys. I'm going to cut away, of course, put it on my neck so you guys can actually see how it looks. And we can actually determine how much noise this guy actually makes, especially if you use this in like a quiet office or something like that. All right, guys. So right here, I have it in the first person view, first person. Play too many games. I play too many games. So when it goes on your neck, this is how it's going to sit. Now, personally, I have a sweater on with a shirt, so that's why it's sticking out a little bit more. But for someone else, without it, you could definitely squeeze it more on the neck. It does have this little soft section right here, so it is comfortable. The only unfortunate part is if you're extremely outside, you know, you may not want plastic touching your neck. So what I do suggest is to put this on first before you walk outside and before you start sweating, because, you know, plastic and sweat really doesn't mix. So as soon as I turn this on, let me see if I can find a piece. Remember where it is. It's up here. All right. That's the first one. I feel it. I like this. I actually feel it already, even with the sweater on. I feel this on my neck. Now, it does make a lot of noise, especially if it's right on you, where I am talking a little bit louder. Let me kind of lower my voice again. All right. That's the first setting. Second setting. Not bad. And third setting. I like it. It feels good. It's a lot of air blowing. Let me turn that off. All right, so I will say that it's a lot of air blowing in this device. It actually feels pretty good. It is a little weighty, I will say that. But, of course, you don't want something cheap on your neck that could possibly catch on fire or You want something that feels decent on the neck. So I feel like you have a quality product. And I think this does a very good job of keeping you nice and cool, especially if you're in the office. Now, granted, if it's 90 degrees outside, 100 degrees inside of a building, there's only so much a neck fan is actually going to do. But to have your own personal fan, that's a pretty cool concept. And for some people that want to charge it while using it, yeah, keep it plugged in while you use it. Now, what I will say about that is be careful if you do something like that, like plug it in and use it, because you don't want the battery to overheat while it's on your neck, and that could cause a whole plethora of other issues. But just be aware of the fact that it does come with a pretty short cord, as you can see. So if you have a micro USB outside of that, like the typical normal size cell phone ones, and you have like an extension cord or something, then you can keep it on your neck and use it. But just, read the instructions and safety features before you listen to me on that aspect. Because again, you don't want it to overheat. It is a Five Below product, so, All right, so like I said, this is a very good product. Now, unfortunately, as I look at this box and the instructions, I don't see anything that says that this is IP rated, which means if you're sweating constantly outside, I don't know how this is going to turn out for you. I wouldn't necessarily suggest it, though. If it's like summertime, if it's hot outside, not unbearably hot, and you decide to put this on your neck for a little bit of breeze, you're cooking over a stove, things like that, that's what this typically is used for. Now, it is a little noisy, I'll admit. It's actually very noisy. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on, put it to the side. Now, I don't know how high you can hear that hum, but at a lower setting, the hum isn't bad at all. If you're sitting behind a desk working at work, the hum is not bad at a lower setting. Second setting, it gets a little bit louder. Third setting, you could definitely hear it. But what I will say is that it's a hum rather than it being a woo, like that type of noise, which is super annoying with some of these other fans. It is a heavier hum. So if you're working around other people, I don't think they'll be disturbed. But what I will say is that if you're answering phone calls or things like that, this isn't exactly the ideal product, because you will be able to hear that hum in the background because it'll be right by an earpiece or something like that. But I think this is really cool. Now, the only downside so far outside of the IP rating, which is the first one, I don't see one. The second downside is very, very simple. I think the battery life should have been better than what it is, because according to this, right, if you look at the box, you get up to 1 hour. Now, up to, let's just look at this together. Stay cool, up to 1 hour. Depends on use. What that means is if you have it at a higher setting, it's not going to last an hour. A lower setting more likely lasts an hour. The second setting, probably shave a few minutes off. And the third setting, shave a few minutes off the second setting. So you're not getting an hour of time if you're using it at the highest setting. Versus, let's say you decide to charge this thing. You would think that it charges as fast as you use it. Not so much. It takes 2 hours. 2 hours to charge this for 1 hour of use. Just let you think about that for a second. 2 hours to charge for 1 hour of use. Now, granted, because I've come across this particular type of fan, I am interested in other ones that are like this, that are higher end, that have hours of use on it. This, unfortunately, only has 1 hour of use. And I have to say that for those that are wondering how good of a fan this is. It's not that great. I mean, the fan feature itself is good. The problem is the use time. And on top of that, when you use it, I did feel it below on my neck when I tested it out outside of the video. But, the back of your neck and things like that, you're still going to sweat. So this is more so for the front of the chin, the face area right there. And that's it. Like, if you're looking for something that does the entirety of the neck, then that's not really safe to do that, on the simple fact that if you're sweating, it would drip into the blades. It would drip into the little grooves. So that's why this is made the way that it is. So unless there's an IP rating, obviously this is how the fans have to be. As you can see, the fans are right here. It sits right here. Ultimately, it's not a bad product. But just be aware of the fact that you're only going to get an hour of time. And also be aware of the fact that if you plug it in and use it, you don't want to burn out the battery or anything like that. But it is possible to use it that way also. So is it worth $10? Absolutely. I think it is, especially for those that walk around with pocket fans and things like that. But what I would say is that this would have been more ideal if it was 3-4 hours or so, because if you're working a job that's a cashiering or different things and it's hot, because remember, a lot of jobs don't take care of the workers. This would have been ideal to walk around with, especially if you have to walk around the building, do tours, do different things like that. Or even if you're at a security job and it requires you to walk around and check stairwells, yeah, this isn't bad. You could use it do your walk around. It takes 20, 30, 40 minutes, whatever. When you're done, pop it on the charger. Until the next time you have to go out and do another tour. And that does make it seem like it's worth the price. But with that being said, that's the video. Like and subscribe like always. And if you want to see more stuff like this, just put in the comment section some type of products you guys like to see, and I'll definitely buy them as long as it's affordable. Till then, be safe, and I'll see you in the next video.